Alexa, play "See You Again" by Charlie Puth.
Yeah, that's it. We'd fire you, but
We'd fire you, but we're quitting.
Quiet quitting, some would say.
yeah,
Um,
company got bought out.
Bringing that back.
this is it.
Yeah,
The final chapter. Some would
Uh-huh.
say. The final sentence. The
Yeah.
final paragraph. Last scene.
Hit stop.
Mise en play.
Yeah.
Hit stop.
what if we just the channel?
What if we
name
just
for
do
that?
I'm gonna do a Futurama thing where the end of this one loops into the beginning of our very first episode.
Oh, you should have done that. You should have.
Yeah.
You guys should have went back and looked at it. You could have ended on the same thing you started with.
That's so funny. Well, it was audio only, and I don't want to listen to it because it hurts my ears.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you could have cut that.
Anyways, welcome back. Been a while, y'all. We had a lot of discussions over the past couple of weeks we had off.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the end. As you can tell by the title and us being nonchalantly
Mhm.
chill. Yeah. Thank you guys for a fun 4 years. Almost 4 years.
Almost
for
4
me and
years.
James.
Yeah.
Clara, you were
I think
what?
it's
2 years?
Almost 2, yeah.
Almost 2.
Something like that.
But you were steady for about a year.
That was, yeah. I was a part timer.
You were seasonal
seasonal employee.
temp worker, so we didn't give you benefits.
Yeah. I still don't have them.
But anyways, to finish off the pod, because we started with some of my favorite works
Mhm.
in film, we decided to end it with a good one. Also because it was James's birthday as of, what, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
Monday.
Monday.
It was
Yeah.
this Monday.
Monday. Yeah, I was like, we did it on Sunday. But
Yeah, we celebrated on Sunday, but the actual birthday was,
Yeah.
A week ago.
Yeah.
We are doing Stop Making Sense. If you watched our 2024 recap, James went on about it for a good minute.
Yeah,
And
that
when-
was James's yap for that
We
one.
were both like, all right.
Oh, that was my yap for that one?
Oh, we each had a we yapped about this for
Yeah.
a decent chunk of time during that pod.
But anyways, so to celebrate that, we decided, let's do it.
Mhm.
We all watched Stop Making Sense. You watched it with Rebecca and Matt, our good friends. I
Yes.
watched it by myself because I couldn't make it that night.
Mhm.
Who wants to lead? Claire?
Oh, I mean, it's James's movie, but
It's my movie.
I wasn't sure if you had any opening thoughts before you started to ask how we liked it, et cetera, et cetera.
Opening thoughts? Not particularly. I mean, I have a lot to say about the film
Yeah.
and why I enjoy it, but this movie is endlessly rewatchable to me, and I have rewatched it multiple times. Since
You own it now,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
On Amazon?
Yeah.
So Jeff Bezos decides to get rid of the digital library?
Yeah,
right,
seriously.
no shit.
But I mean, I'm just curious what you guys think. I mean, when I first watched this, I was told the movie was great,
Mhm.
but I knew nothing about Talking Heads music beforehand.
Never listened to any of their songs?
I thought I knew one of their songs, and then it was a Billy Joel song. I was completely wrong.
Yikes.
Wait, what Billy Joel song was it?
We didn't start the fire. I thought it was burning down the house.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that era of 80s music, or I guess that genre of 80s music they all sound fairly similar
That's around
to a degree.
For the most part. I mean, my mother, big Talking Heads fan.
Yeah.
Which I got to show her the film, and she loved it as well.
Nice.
But
Was she there at the concert?
no, she was not.
Oh.
I think it was in LA, right?
Yes,
One of the theaters
that's
in
where
LA.
they filmed it. Pantages Theater, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be random encyclopedic knowledge.
I figured.
That's okay. I read
This
the
entire
Wikipedia
podcast.
before, so I'll
Yeah.
be able to input something.
This is the Wikipedia. I'm reading it.
I am-
James is the top editor.
I am the wiki. But yeah, I'm the top Google search right now.
Yeah. It's just like, you know how when you Google search something and it's purple whenever something's like a link you
Yeah.
click?
Yeah.
James just puts in Talking Head and it's all purple for like 5 pages.
But I'm curious. First off, what do you guys think of the music?
I loved it.
I mean, yeah, music's great.
I love that genre of 80s. I love
Yeah.
80s music. I think I've said that many times
Mhm.
to you guys and
Yeah.
probably on this pod.
It fits your character.
I'd never understood why there's the hate for 80s. Disco, pop,
Yeah.
country. This whatever like weird alt.
Yeah.
Rock.
Their
It's a
genre
weird-
is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
There's
just
a lot of fusion in it.
Yeah,
I
they
love it all.
started as a punk band like the Ramones, but then they kind of transitioned into being like a synth pop
Mm.
band in a way. But the live show is like a combination of the two of them
Yeah.
in a way. You
They
know?
really bring the energy of. To me, it was like the Stones, right, or like AC/DC, like
Yeah.
that energy. Obviously, music,
different.
crowd,
yeah.
stages,
Very different, yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
But like that, like you always hear these stories about these guys staying up till 4 a.m. because they're just so full of adrenaline.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that makes sense why all of them are like coked up.
Yeah, crackheads. Yeah.
And none of them can talk or walk anymore.
Claire?
I mean, yeah, I thought the music was great. I will admit that I was actually genuinely shocked. You'd think that by now I'd have learned what movies really set you off as a person and what really like grabs your attention, especially after the Gladiator thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because I fully expected halfway through or some point for there to be like a moment where like they stop singing and there's like a conversation.
Yes,
And
I was like, I was 100%
Yeah.
expecting it to become like some serialistic
'Cause,
art
like,
piece.
When you talked about it, you were like, wow, this was like I connected with this on such a deep level, blah blah blah. So I was like, okay, cool. So like, when does he talk about his experience?
Yeah.
Because that's what you talked about,
Yeah,
as if
yeah.
like it was this big like experience piece. And we got to the end, and I was like, oh, I get it. Like
This is a fun movie.
yeah, I was like, I understand why you connected with it. Like, I needed to finish it to get it, but I was like, genuinely, I was like, was there no like, was there no talkie point? It was at the very beginning. I think I made an offhanded comment. I don't know if anybody heard it.
No, it was not offhand.
Oh, did you?
It was fully in his hands.
I was.
I was just like, he did something. The main singer,
David Byrne. Byrne?
yeah,
David Byrne, yeah.
he did some kind of wacky motion, and I made a comment. I was like, oh, you can tell.
About the autism.
Yeah. And then in the back of my head, I was like, oh, haha, this is like, I'll make a joke afterwards about like, oh, James, that's when you connected, right? And then the whole movie was just that, and I was like, uh-oh. I was like, we're gonna bin that for later.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like, it was entertaining.
He's an
It just
eclectic guy.
wasn't. If anything, it wasn't what I expected.
No, I was 100% expecting it to like drop the facade and be like, all right, this is my life story.
Yeah, or
I was
like
actually tormented as a
interwoven or
child.
something,
What do you
know?
guys?
My bully is in the crowd and I'm
Yeah.
singing to my bully.
Yeah.
Like something like that.
What's your guys' relationship to concert movies before this?
Never seen one.
I've never
No?
seen one, yeah.
Really?
But I mean,
What,
all
the
I-
Taylor Swift one? You didn't even watch that?
why the would I watch that?
I thought you joked about having watched it.
No.
Oh wait,
Oh.
I lied. I actually watched Usher, his yeah concert when I was 5
Nice.
years old.
Nice.
But yeah, like I mean, I'm familiar with the Taylor Swift one because Rebecca doesn't shut the hell up.
Yeah.
But like, in that one, I'm pretty sure she does some kind of. There's like some interludes, right, or something. So that's why I assumed I was like, oh yeah, there'd be an interlude. Otherwise, it's not a movie; it's a recording. Like,
Yeah.
which I mean, I guess all movies are recordings, but
Oh, the Jonas Brothers. I did that one too. I've seen that one.
Nice.
cringe. So yeah, so the fact that it was just a recording of a concert,
Just straight up. Yeah.
just straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, edited, obviously, like the different
It
shots.
was
and
shot
stuff.
over 3-4 nights, I
Yes.
believe.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was very much. I was just like, huh?
This is it.
I was like, what?
Prior to this film, there was a Martin Scorsese movie called The Last Waltz, which was for the band called The Band. And that was like, quote unquote, the greatest concert film of all time, at least prior to this one.
Yeah.
And when the Talking Heads were talking with Jonathan Demme about what they want to do, they specifically said, we don't want any backstage footage, no split screen, no crowd shots either. It's just the band, just the performance the entire way through.
No.
That, you didn't do that in concert films beforehand. That's crazy to think about. Because it's like, oh, it's a concert. You just watch the concert. But it's like, no, you expect there to be
Yeah, to
somebody articulate why we're doing this
Yeah.
at some point.
something.
Yeah. Or it's like you would expect it to be like on a tour or whatever. But no, it's
Black and
literally
white.
a concert.
Black and white shot of them getting dressed behind
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah, a little something. A lead up instead of just literally starting on him walking up to the first song.
The joke I thought you were referencing was when the credits were playing at the beginning and you were like, is there no audio? And you're like, I wouldn't put it past you if there wasn't.
Oh, that one, yeah, that was also.
Wait, was there not audio?
So
No.
the title, the the credits play at the beginning, and you don't hear anything.
Okay, because I thought my soundbar.
Claire was like, you know what, James? If this whole movie was mute, I wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah, that was my first. I'm like, that's such
I
a
was freaking out.
that's
Yeah.
such a James niche film thing to have, where it's a concert movie that's dead quiet, and I'm like, and I'd be so here for it. I'm like, that's such a genius idea. No wonder it's so like mind altering.
Okay, that makes it. Feel
And then it
better.
was just a concert film, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like unplugging and plugging my soundbar in just to see if it actually worked, and I'm like, okay,
That's funny.
Yeah.
Did you watch it with ads or no ads?
it didn't have ads.
Okay.
I rented it on Amazon.
Okay.
So yeah.
I watched it on HBO and they had ads, and I was like, this is not the way to
No,
watch
it was
a concert.
good. Just kind of like all the way through.
Yeah.
I
good.
was like,
I
In
say,
the
yeah, I
gym?
was grooving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's good music.
Music is good.
Mhm.
What do you
Heard a
guys
couple of their
think
songs.
of the actual like stage setup?
I thought it was
Or I
interesting.
guess I should say the sequence of the stage setup.
Because usually when you do a concert film, it's like this big, grand, like
Yeah.
Taylor Swift and
Yeah.
the Philadelphia Lincoln Financial Field, stuff like that, where
Yeah.
you're like, or the Jonas Brothers at like AT&T Center. This one is kind of like, it looks like just like a regular stage play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt very like small. I think there was only like one instance where like the camera panned back enough for you to realize that it was like a 2-tiered building, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
I was like, "I thought this was in some dude's garage."
Oh well, I mean, at the beginning, there's no stage dressing whatsoever.
I was
It's
like,
just
"It's just
him.
empty."
It's just
yeah.
him with the boombox and the guitar.
And I really appreciated just the story of the different parts coming in slowly. I thought that was neat.
One member per song.
Yeah, one member per song. That was cool.
That was a good idea.
The energy of the members was also really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was my biggest takeaway. I was like, I really appreciated that everybody on the stage seemed to be having a really good time. You know, some artists
They
you're watching
wanted
them
to be there.
perform and they're like performing,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, these people look like they were just playing music.
I don't
was
think
like, that's cool.
I don't think the drummer stopped smiling the
Yeah.
entire performance.
The drummer,
He was living his best life.
the bassist was always doing like some kind of like
Yeah.
little thing, and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, you
The
go,
woman?
girl. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the lead singer was doing his stuff.
Yeah.
That man has boundless energy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, when he came out the first song and he was like, hair to the side, he came out, he was like, then by the third song, he's like sweating.
Yeah,
He had to go
dripping in
get-
sweat.
He had to go get his
Yeah.
hair pushed back again. I was like, oh my God, this guy.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
What did you notice? Nobody drank water the entire time.
Ugh,
There was no water on stage.
those poor
I don't know
throats.
about that one.
Especially after, because there was like a couple songs where he's just sitting there running in place, and I was like,
Yeah.
bro. It's
Or
like,
when he
Jesus
chases,
Christ.
when he chases the lamp.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh my God. Does he do this every night?
I was like,
That'd
you're
be s-
fucking cardio. That and like his like the backup singers, like the part
Mhm.
the people that weren't in the band, I don't know
The
what you
backup
call that.
singers.
Yeah, backup
Yeah.
singers. We're doing like the entire time they're on stage, and I'm just like, I could do that for maybe like 2 minutes, and then I'd be like, I could not imagine doing that
Yeah.
while singing.
Yeah.
Like-
At least they get breaks.
Yeah.
yeah, they got
point.
breaks. Our main homeboy was my man was going
Oh, for what,
through
like
it.
2 songs, right? When Tom Thumb Club came out?
The backup singers.
The
Yeah.
David Byrne.
Oh yeah, David Byrne.
He was
Yeah,
there the
during
whole
Tom
time?
Tom Club.
Mhm.
That's when he changes into the big suit.
The big suit. I like the big suit. The big suit was silly.
Iconic.
Iconic.
All right, so music's good.
Yeah.
The actual stage performance,
Fantastic.
interesting setup.
How a frontman should act
Yeah.
in a band.
Exactly.
It's interesting how they do dances, but it doesn't feel choreographed.
Yeah, it
Because
just
like
felt
I watched a little bit of the Taylor Swift concert, and it's choreographed.
Mhm.
Like they're hitting their marks. This is like it feels like they're having fun.
Yeah.
Even though this is what they do every single night on this tour.
Mm-hmm.
I remember because when I watched this the first time, I was like, this was for a tour, or was this just like something they did and they just filmed it like as a one-off thing?
Yeah.
But no, this was the tour.
Oh Lord.
That's like even David Byrne was like nothing was improvised.
Wow.
That was at that point in the tour. That was just what they did every night.
Jeez. That's
That's
crazy.
impressive.
That's
Yeah.
really impressive. Yeah.
Even small moments like one of my favorites is when the guy during Girlfriend is Better, the stagehand shining the light around and David Byrne passes him the microphone. How do you guys feel about the cinematography? This is done by Jordan Cronenweth, I believe, best known for Blade Runner. So he's a pretty
POG.
legit guy. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's pretty good at his job.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little
Um,
smidgen.
I was telling you after we watched this film, there wasn't really a way of filming concerts.
Yeah.
prior
you,
to
you
this.
had mentioned that. Yeah.
They had to go through every individual lighting cue and make alterations so it appeared on camera as it did in person. Because if you tried to just film it without making any changes, it wouldn't look on camera as it did on person. And they even had a screen behind them, so you have to take that into account and the images on that. So, in terms of like the actual cinematography, the look and feel of this, and the directing, was there a particular song that stood out to you? Like a lighting setup or lighting cues or something like that? You mentioned the lamp when he dances with that.
Yeah, because when he dances with the lamp, everything behind him is black.
Yeah.
Or like dark, at least. So you don't see anything but him messing with the lamp.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's a cool little.
Or I guess I'll also extend this to Jonathan Demme's directing. If you have any thoughts or feelings about that.
I mean, I think that I can't think of a specific song, but
Mhm.
I just like how a lot of the
The Chomps.
chomps, how a lot of the shots were just
Did you
composed
say
in
it
general.
again? Did you say it twice?
Did I do it again?
I think you did.
I'm just gonna cut my tongue out.
Are you okay?
Oh,
no,
boy.
I'm suffering. How
The
each of those
shots.
moments on screen were composed.
There's a lot of clarity.
Clarity?
When I watched the Taylor Swift one, it's like it's like shaky cam almost. There's
Yeah.
a cut like every time she turns her head.
Mhm.
And this one it's like
Well, they
they
gotta
just
hide her
let
horrible
things
dancing.
No,
play out.
they try to make it just like a real concert where
It's
there's
like
people
Liam
in your
Neeson.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Liam Neeson trying to jump over a fence. They gotta hide it
Yeah.
as best they can.
A standout song for me is Once in a Lifetime, which is just 4 shots throughout the entire song. And one of them is just David Byrne in front of the mic when he has his glasses on.
Mhm.
And it's just like the stage behind him is completely black, but it's just an uncut 3-minute shot of just him singing.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's still engaging to watch. I don't think Taylor Swift would ever do anything like that. I don't think any pop star would do anything like that
Oh,
any
yeah.
longer.
It's the
You know?
best.
But it's like he's so in character when he's singing that he's just engaging on his own.
Mhm.
And then there's only 3 other shots that compose the rest of that song, but that's all that they need just to make it visually engaging to watch, you know? And I also think about Life in Wartime, the one where they're jogging together,
Yeah.
where that's the first time a light is used on stage and it's just a single spotlight that just follows him as he's
Yeah.
running around. And that's the first time that there's a light cue in the entire show. So it's like they build this stuff up sequentially and then they use all of it together for the rest of the show. And it's just like, it's just fun to watch.
It helps when there's a lot of actual talent behind the camera.
Yeah, that too. I think that's
When it's Jonathan Demme.
Yeah,
who
so
knows
so
what
you
he's
have, you
doing.
have talent on the stage, you have talent behind the camera, you have talent,
Yeah.
Makes it easier instead of like hiring, your security guard to film a concert
yeah, right.
Yeah.
and some guy
Using fan rips from
yeah,
people's
some,
phones.
yeah, right. Like, oh, let's see what what the Taylor Swift Reddit has.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see why it's your favorite.
Yeah,
It's a
I-
fun
I-
time.
Like I said, I got it at the end when it finished and it all like
So what did you
clicked.
get? What clicked for you?
just like why you specifically took off with this movie.
Could you elaborate?
I mean, you just did for the last like 10
no,
minutes.
no,
but
no, no. I'm talking more about the
You
technical
made my
aspects of
point
it.
for me.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I don't really need to elaborate. You've been talking about it.
That's fair enough.
But just like that, because like I knew I knew your thoughts going into it, right? So I had that expectation of like, it was a loud truck. I was like, I had this expectation like this is like peak to James. This is like top tier. Because like same with like going into Interstellar with Isaac, where I was like, this is peak to Isaac. That sets an idea in my head of what to expect.
Yeah.
And not necessarily in a like oh wow, this is gonna be a crock of shit, and then I'm gonna happily surprised, but just like or even like like this will be a masterpiece, but just like
Yeah.
I can look at this using your guys' viewpoints as kind of a lens over it, right?
Mhm.
And be like, oh, I can see why you'd make XYZ points and why you're
Yeah.
into this, et cetera, and like I just using that kind
It
of
made
thought
sense.
process, it made sense to me. I was like, oh yeah, I can see why James would take
It
off
made
on this.
sense.
Yeah, ironically,
When he said that line in the movie, I was like,
the same thing. I was like, he said it. Sorry, I just picked the mic. But
Stop making sense. That's hilarious. I don't know. For me personally, like I've rewatched this film a handful of times.
how big is the handful?
I mean, rewatching it all the way through, not a whole lot, but like individual
Yeah,
songs are just
yeah.
fun to like. Life During Wartime, that's just fun to watch them perform.
Yeah.
And the live versions are all so different from the album versions. It's like there's only one song that I think is actually I prefer the album version of it, and that's the song Swamp, where they're like hi, 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 hi. That song, the album version is way better in my opinion. Everything else, it's like completely different from the live version. It's crazy. They're such a good live band, but the album songs are so good too, because I've went back and I've listened to all of them since then.
As dictated by your Spotify Wrapped.
Yeah, seriously.
You listen to 50,000 minutes, 49,900 of them are.
Yeah, Talking Heads.
How you managed to fit it all in 1 month, we're not sure, but
Yeah.
Yeah, when I watched this movie for the first time in October of last year.
it was,
But no, I mean, for me, at least personally, there are very few movies I have ever watched, and they're all musicals, coincidentally, that I feel like are really like original.
Amelia Perez.
Singing in the Rain.
Not taking that one.
I was like, he said musicals, and I was like, I know
finally-
my joke.
Yeah, after all
I
these
queued it
episodes, I
up.
finally learned.
All That Jazz is the other one, and then Stop Making Sense. For some reason, there's just something about this movie that it's like there's just nothing else like it. Which is weird because obviously when you read through the Wikipedia page and you watch interviews, you're like, I see the influences that went into it. Obviously, Talking Heads, their music, they take a lot of influence, not just from punk and from Sith, but also from a lot of like African music and Afro-Caribbean music. But the actual setup of the stage show itself was very influenced from theater. And
Yes.
that was not an accident. And his big suit was taken from Japanese theater, specifically a style called No theater, Noh. And so, like, I see all these influences, but the way that they come together, it's like all these things that have no relationship to one another, but they come together and it like locks into place
Yeah.
in a really like
Weird way.
unique way. It's like there is nothing else like it. And there really hasn't been since.
Yeah, it
you
feels
know?
very flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that energy I just love so much. And I feel like of all the movies that I love, there's only like maybe 3 that I can say that I feel that way about, which is a little sad, but it's nice that it happens. It'd be exhausting if that happened all the time.
You can't
I
have
feel like.
peak all the time.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
No, we
You
can't
have to
peak all
have-
the time.
You can't keep peaking. That's a
Yeah.
plateau.
We need valleys. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta have garbage to know what's good.
Yeah, we need for every, Anyways.
Go on, say your point.
Just gonna, I've learned.
I was like,
I've
I'm
learned.
I'm ready to diss you.
I've learned.
About the autism, however. Well, I feel like it's worth talking about.
Well,
to an
yeah, I mean, I
extent.
figured to come up, but yeah, but I like the pivot, very artistic pivot.
Very autistic pivot.
Jesus. I mean,
okay.
the show, first off,
What, are we going to get canceled?
it was just try.
You fools.
Just for the pod's back on.
The whole stage show was designed by David Byrne himself.
Okay.
Even the choreography, the outfits, everything, that was all him for the most part. A little bit of a controlling presence in the band.
Sure.
Which hope,
I feel like most frontmen are.
yeah.
Watch
But-
Bohemian Rhapsody.
So you have, first off, the incredibly sequential nature of the stage show itself. Not only one member coming out at a time, but each part of the stage being
Yeah.
revealed one at a time. Right? Just that incredibly linear trajectory that the entire
Megazord.
performance takes. Yeah. And then, of course, there's also his lyrics, which typically deal with like kind of either a sense of alienation or like a failure to connect or understand with other people, which is something that a lot of autistic people relate to because that's just their social experience for the most part. One element particularly stands out to me, though, that I don't really see a lot of people mention, and that's the physicality. Because it's either I saw this either from just like the headline of some research into autistic people, but there is actually like a relationship to like motion and movement that is either literally felt differently in the body than it is for neurotypicals. But when you talk about like David Byrne's boundless energy and the choreography, it's like that to me was what I got like immediately the first time I
Yeah.
watched this. I'm like, here is a guy who understands that like you can go to 11,
Yeah.
you know, and you can stay there, and he stays there the
Yeah, the
entire time.
What you're saying is that the man's built different.
He is built different.
Literally.
He is him.
Yeah, crazy, just insane to watch him
Yeah.
perform. You know,
It was wild.
it's almost addicting
Yeah.
in a way.
Especially because you could watch everybody else get tired. Like
Yeah.
they were all starting to like
Yes.
slow down just a little bit, right? And that dude's like just going. I'm just like,
100%.
good.
When he
Lord.
started running backwards, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this dude, he's on something.
I
Yeah.
was
I don't know
like,
what it is, but I want some of that.
I was like, my man's high off of life. Like this is just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this isn't cocaine. Like this is just my man
Yeah.
just having a good time. I had
Yeah.
a thought. I don't remember what point during the movie, but I had to just like, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say it out loud, but it was just like this is somebody who has found their purpose in life,
Mm,
and you can just tell.
Yeah.
Like this is what he was made to
Yeah.
do.
which is crazy because this is the 80s.
Mhm.
Autism isn't exactly well
Yeah.
understood at this
It
time.
doesn't speak yet.
No, but at the same
Took me a while to think of
You had to get it.
that one.
So here is this man who is basically creating art from an autistic perspective,
Yeah.
achieving mainstream success, and everybody is like, "Wow, this is really weird," but we're into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
you can
Forrest
keep
Gump
going.
hadn't come out yet.
Yeah, and so like, when did it come out? This is 1984.
90 something. 90
Okay.
something, yeah.
Just Forrest Gump hadn't come out yet. Is the bar? Sorry, that really
Sia
got
didn't
me.
release music.
4chan wasn't a thing.
Damn it. Try to cancel us.
But Star Wars was, and Star Trek.
Yeah, it was just, Trek is probably more.
Star Trek.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, yeah, that's just the parts of this film that I personally just that's what keeps me coming back to it so much is that it's like there's just nothing else like it.
Yeah.
And it really is just like the most uplifting thing sometimes that I have to watch.
Yeah, just like
Where I'm just like just watching David Byrne have fun on
just
stage.
put it on
Makes
in
you
the
feel good,
background
yeah.
and just let
Yeah.
it go.
Yeah.
Do something. Yeah.
So that's not. Where'd you guys rate it?
A.
yeah,
A?
I'd give it a solid A.
Yeah, nice.
Like A plus.
You can just have said A. You don't
Yeah, I
have
was
to.
gonna say, I don't know if I'd give it
You
a
don't have
plus.
to pander to
just
me.
Like
like,
a 3.85 on the GPA scale.
yeah, an American grading.
I guess
it's
it's
a-
what is that, an A minus?
something like that. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say 4.0. It's a 4.0.
Yeah, I liked it.
Valedictorian.
I had a good time with it.
Summa cum
I think
laude.
if you
Excuse
put
me,
it on,
excuse me.
I wouldn't be like, oh, great with this shit again.
Yeah.
But like, there's no way in hell that I would have ever taken away as much as you have, just because.
I would not watch this 5 times in a month.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Well, I didn't do that.
like that's just not how I am built. Like I'm never gonna hyperfixate.
I'm
like
You're
built
not
different.
him. Or her.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But
Sorry.
no, it's okay. It's a good bit. We can roll with that.
Try to cancel me, goddammit.
But yeah, so like like I think it's really cool. But I also think it gets points in my eyes because it means so much to you, and it's not a piece of shit. Like if this movie,
Yeah, like if this had been Borderlands,
yeah,
we
then I
would've
would have been
fought.
like, wow, okay, my opinion of James goes down.
Okay,
We would've
but there
fought.
was legitimately a part of me that was like, I want to make a playlist of all the songs, but from the albums, not the live versions,
Yeah.
because like I said, they're so different. I was like, I wonder if you guys listened to those first, you would have had a different opinion.
if we had.
Oh, maybe.
If it was like, like because they're some of the songs are really weird.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there's
They make
definitely-
really strange. No, like an album like Remain in Light, it's weird even for people like me who like weird music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it's like when you listen to some of that, like Cross-Eyed and Painless, which is the last song that they perform, the album version and the live version are pretty different from each other. But it's like I would be curious to see if that would like change your opinion of the performances themselves. Because I mean, obviously at the time that this came out, this tour was like a massive deal for
Right.
people. Yeah. These guys were basically like literally rock stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny too watching the band members like when A24 remastered it and the band members reunited and they were on like a bunch of talk shows. And it was so funny to see all the talk show hosts like Stephen Colbert. They were like, yeah, I don't get nervous for celebrities, but I'm nervous to talk to you guys. It's like
That's how big they were.
yeah, it's just before our time, really. So anyway, yeah, that stopped making sense. Good movie. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
Everybody go watch it at least once.
Go watch it at least once. It really deserves it. Yeah.
I would agree with that. It's one of those you have to watch.
Definitely.
What is it like? AFI's 1001 movies you need to watch before you die.
Yeah, something like that.
Should be on there.
I'm on like 10.
We're not perfect. Nobody's
We're
perfect.
getting there,
It's okay. We all have flaws.
yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite dance move? He does
The running backwards.
The
I
running
love
backwards,
that.
not the
That's so crazy.
wacky waving inflatable arm flailer.
That was
too.
fun, too.
I kind of liked when he just dropped to the floor and started like spattering. I was like, a part of my brain was like, is he okay?
Do we need to get medical assistance?
Yeah. I was like, did they just forget to hit like stop on the recording? But then like he got up, so like, all right.
There's a part in
It really didn't make sense.
Cross-eyed and Painless where he has the guitar and he's just like is rocking back and forth with it, and that for like it's like 3 seconds or something like that, and I'm like, I get that. It's rare you see somebody stim in public.
Yeah.
Such a high-profile celebrity.
That would have been awesome if he just like randomly T-posed.
In one of the cut songs,
Or
he does a
planked.
dance move where it's like this.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
He just started planking.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh my God, you are like the Messiah.
There are 3 cut songs as well. So yeah, if you ever want bonus material, that's out there somewhere.
DLC.
Yeah.
Year 1 subscription.
You're telling me DLC from rock stars? Anyway.
Wait a minute. Third eye. Where's the dollar bill?
All right.
Yeah.
That was Stop Making Sense.
That was
And with
making
that,
sense. We're gonna
Let's
stop making videos.
that's our last review.
Our last.
Woo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very
Closing
interesting.
thoughts, gentlemen.
We did a lot of videos.
I mean, what episode would this be?
160. No, one almost. I think it's 140 something. Yeah, I'll double check.
Wasn't it? I thought we were in the 180s.
Just movie
No.
reviews, or are we including Alien?
If we're including Alien, it's a
Then
lot
it's
more.
it's close
Just
to like
total
200.
channel videos. Yeah.
Total channel videos. It's gonna be a lot.
Do you remember what your first video was?
It was the Kingdom Hearts video.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. when
'Cause I
Isaac
wasn't
and
on the
talked
mic.
about Kingdom Hearts.
I was there, but I wasn't on the mic for that.
Yeah, you were
Correct.
just hanging out.
You were our IT.
I was the.
We have 182 videos.
Wow.
100 and this is gonna be 139. Damn, we couldn't even finish the 140.
Ugh.
That's
But
fitting. You know what? That's fitting for us.
Yeah. I was just saying.
Yeah,
Do we want to just
sometimes
like
it's-
record like something
Technically,
goofy?
the Kingdom Hearts one isn't a hit play pod.
It isn't
so
marked,
It
yeah.
is technically. I guess I could restructure. I just go through every video.
I was just saying that's back by like at least like 100. Like.
Yeah. And technically, the first 3 videos we did, we recorded in one session. So those are really one video.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
those days? Where we would record like 3 hours
Yeah.
a week, and then just release it over
Put it out.
certain times.
Shout out to Discord.
Shout out to Discord. Not that cord. Discord.
Oh, shut up. Do you guys have a favorite movie that we've reviewed or a podcast that we've
Favorite
done?
movie we watched together has to
Oh,
be
yeah.
Dune 2. I remember coming home from
Mm.
the theater like a little kid. I was like, "Oh my god, this is the greatest things of all time! I can't wait to talk about it." And then we all liked it, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god, this is a peak."
Yeah, I think probably like in terms of like highest ranking, it'd probably be that. In terms of best experience, ironically, and you guys are making fun of me for this, I think my most fun I've had watching a movie with you guys was when we watched Borderlands because
Yeah,
it was
fun. 'Cause
so
we were
bad.
drunk?
That was a
and we were
fun
just because it was just we were just goofing off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we were just having such a good time shitting on this garbage heap.
It was a good movie.
And it was just a lot of fun. Like
to hate on.
yeah, it was a good movie to like
Gotta
just get
qualify
anger
it.
out. And then it became a really funny episode. We just had that episode's really good
I think it's like our 4th or 5th most watched video.
because
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a good episode.
Yeah.
James, yours?
Godfather Part 3.
Yeah, you'd say that.
There's a lot to be said about that one.
There's a lot to
There
be
was
said
a lot
about
to
that.
be said about that one.
And I did say it in the podcast.
Yeah, and you
review.
did. Go watch that one. We don't need the views anymore.
I'm gonna
but-
laugh if we like stop this and every video just blows
Jumps
up.
up.
Blows up a million views.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say somebody looks for Stop Making Sense. Post this on the like.
David Byrne comments on
Yeah,
it.
David, yeah, it just explodes, and we have to come
Nice.
back, and we're just like, well,
We become,
fame really
awkward.
does that to you.
we become sellouts.
I'd do it.
I'd do it.
I'm okay being a sellout. If I can make this my job, I'd be down.
Pays the bills.
Well, it doesn't. That's why we're quitting.
Not
Not really, but
Before we press pause, as James or press stop, I guess.
Press stop.
as
Yeah.
James so eloquently put. Let's just get in front of the rumors now. We actually hated the hell out of each other, and this was all a ruse.
Isaac and I throw hands after every recording. I've punched this dude in the mouth so many times.
We can't stand each other.
We're
That's
kidding.
why I'm on this couch and they're on that one.
No.
Just kidding. That's a joke.
No. That's the real truth is that James and Isaac are dating. You didn't take my hand.
Yeah, HR got mad at us. So there's that.
James is just done with he's like, thank God we're
There's that.
ending this. I can't deal with these two anymore.
What's your least favorite movie that we've done?
Ooh, least
Not
favorite.
including Borderlands, because we obviously all hated it.
No movie that
Or
was
like
purposely
a
bad.
pod episode that we were like, I feel like we could have done better.
Well, no, okay. The funny answer is Chinatown.
Okay.
You know what? I might say that too. It was probably the most frustrating pod.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that was probably one of the few times where we've actually like, unironically, almost come to blows. There was like some real anger coming out of that pod, and not because like the movie was bad. That was
No,
just
you-
genuine.
yeah,
Like,
you're just dumb.
no, we're just wrong. Listen, somebody's high off of their own supply. All right. I can't think of an episode that I didn't like. Probably because the ones that I thought were bad, I don't remember.
Yeah,
Or
I
you
don't go
just
back
didn't
and-
come to the pod.
I didn't come in a pod.
You
I
didn't recorded this.
True, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are ones where I'm like, oh, that probably wasn't like I could have articulated my points a little bit
Yeah.
better.
I think everything I would say like Dune on my end is bad podcasting.
Yeah, I think everything I did was bad podcast.
But just because we didn't know.
Yeah, you know.
That's fair.
We
Yeah,
didn't go to school for this. We're not trained
Yeah.
in this.
yeah, I mean, it was supposed to
So
be
it's
for fun anyway.
just two dudes who bought a mic and invited a third.
With a crazy idea.
it's a sitcom.
Well, no, I was actually thinking like a millennial restaurant, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I know that's hard for you.
It's been a long day.
Were
I
you-
think there are ideas I wish we would have executed better.
Better?
Kind of going off of your point.
Mhm.
For me specifically, like we did one on sports movies and we did one on TV,
Mhm.
and I was like, I should have like. Just there was something there. We could have
Yeah,
done something
yeah.
a little bit better.
That's part of the issue with doing it weekly or trying to do it weekly. Is that they'd be like, well, I've seen these movies, and I should really watch these ones, but I have 6 days to do it.
Yeah,
And
I just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
We could have had a better schedule. I think that would have helped us a lot.
Wow, I mean,
Now we're just airing out dirty laundry, but like,
Well, we're
Yeah.
consistent.
Let's talk about that off the mics.
I didn't have any issue with the schedule. It worked for me. Just because you had to
Oh.
drive in the sun. I felt bad about that.
It's normal. I mean, yeah, I can't think of
Any
parts that I
final
didn't.
thoughts? Do you want to guess all of our episodes?
Guess all of them?
Yeah.
140 episodes.
You want to try it?
Like,
Which I could do it.
what do you mean? The titles?
Yeah.
Like what we
Like
reviewed?
the subjects of all of them.
Well, the first three are Christopher Nolan.
Yep.
And then we did Unpopular Opinions.
Yep.
I forgot what we did after that.
We did.
Are you actually gonna go to the
We did
list?
Fincher.
I remember we did Fincher and we did Paul Thomas
We did
Anderson
Paul
as well.
Thomas Anderson pretty early.
Hmm.
We did. Before we moved here, though, what did we do specifically?
We did
We
coming
had
of age
one on
movies.
movie trailers. We had one on movie soundtracks.
Hmm. We had coming of age
We
movies.
had coming of age movies. That was an early one. Invincible, season 1.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
Invincible.
big one we did early.
Terminator.
Terminator. And then we moved in around that time together.
We did Percy Jackson and then they got
And
corrupted.
then we lost it, and then I
Oh.
refound it. So maybe I'll release that
Oh,
sometime.
yeah.
Oh, that could
maybe
be
you
that
can
could be
do that one.
140.
That
The
could
last
be,
episode.
Yeah.
April
The
Fools.
lost episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're actually back, guys. Schumacher. We watched Schumacher.
That's right. I remember
There's
Schumacher.
a bunch of like random news updates where we were like, we need something to
Oh,
record
yeah.
tomorrow. Just
We didn't have anything.
Look up
so
r
we
slash
just looked
movies
up the
and let's
news.
talk.
Yeah, those ones are the ones where I'm like, we probably could have
Done something better.
done something
Yeah.
better. in
or at
place
least
of
like
that.
more engaging topics.
Yeah, but it's easy when it's like there's some speculation, like Christopher Nolan is, feuding with Warner Brothers, and it's like, what do you think he's doing? Making a movie.
Yeah.
And then we got Oppenheimer.
Yeah, that's always weird to like look back and be like, we talked about the beginning of Oppenheimer, and then we watched Oppenheimer.
I feel like we made the movie.
Or like Dune. I remember the beginning of the pod we were referencing Dune. Like, we're
Yeah.
excited for it, and then we watched both of them, and I was like, it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to think
It's a
about
long
right?
time.
Yeah.
4 years is a wild time.
It's both not a long time and a lot happened in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? What else?
Yeah.
What else? We did Denis Villeneuve.
That's right. We did 3 episodes on him.
We did the Bond movies. We
The
did
Daniel Craig ones.
We
Yeah.
did the Batman movies.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
We did. That was probably one of my more favorite.
The
pods.
Batman ones?
The Batmans.
Yeah.
Just watching like the history of Batman.
I remember really liking the Michael Keaton
Yeah.
Batman one.
I was surprised by all of them except for the George Clooney one.
God, that one was awful.
We did Top Gun, which I think is the closest that I've ever come to yelling at James.
Don't worry, we can fix that.
Completely understandable. Oh, we did Top Gun Maverick as well.
Yeah.
We did Godzilla -1.
Yep.
Peak.
We're definitely out of order now.
Well, it does. I mean, I'm just
I'm
thinking
still
them
trying to go
as
in
they
order.
come.
I was like, he was trying to go in order. Yeah.
I'm
That's
just
why I was
remembering the
thinking
ones that come to
sports
my head.
movies. We did another top 10.
Mhm.
I think did we do 2 or 3 top 10s?
We've
I think
done
we did
2 top 10s. Yeah.
Yeah. We did Licorice Pizza. We watched because that was PTA.
hmm
We did
Everything Everywhere All at Once.
We did Greta Gerwig, which was with you, right?
Was
Did you?
I don't think I went to that. I don't think I was on that.
You were with
episode.
Barbie.
I watched the movie with you guys.
Yeah.
Because I remember we walked out and you both were like, "Well, that was a film,"
Get up.
and Matt and I were like in tears, like holding each other, like.
Yeah. I remember
For
that.
Barbie?
No,
We
for everything,
watched-
everywhere, all at once.
Oh, well, he said Greta Gerwig, and so I was like, we've switched topics there.
We did Greta
I mean, I
Gerwig.
cried for Barbie for a completely different reason because I was drunk. But like,
We did Barbenheimer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Barbenheimer was good because I didn't watch
Barbenheimer was
Oppenheimer.
good.
Still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
We did Tears of the Kingdom.
We did Tears of the Kingdom.
Me and you.
hmm
Kingdom Hearts, which is a good time.
Both of those are really
We did
good.
Lord
If
of
you
the
haven't
Rings.
watched them, go
We-
watch those.
We did Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
We did we do Terminator 2?
Yes.
I think we missed that one, didn't we?
No.
Oh no, we did.
Yeah.
We didn't do the first Terminator.
Because we did sequels.
But did we do Rocky?
No, we never did Rocky.
We did Creed.
That's right.
But we just did Creed.
That was a good
3,
movie.
I think.
Well, we kind of talked about the whole
Yeah,
franchise
yeah,
in
So,
that
most of the
anyway.
times, usually.
Yeah.
We did the Planet of the Apes movies, the newer ones.
God, that was a good film.
I liked it.
Yeah,
Did you watch it?
I was there with you.
Oh, okay.
Watched
Well,
it
you weren't on the
together.
pod. That's why I was asking.
No, I was on that episode. The latest
Were you?
one.
So
Yeah.
we reviewed the series and then we did the new one.
Okay.
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that
I
one.
think that's how that worked.
yeah.
Let me see.
What do you wish that we had talked about?
I mean, honestly, everything past. I mean, the bigger ones is like The Sopranos. Like having you guys watch
Watch
The
it.
Sopranos would have been cool,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and like actually talking about it. But that's a 6 season,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a whole
4
thing,
episode
yeah.
thing. Honestly.
Oh, we've done
Mhm.
like maybe 14 podcasts on war movies.
Yeah.
God, yeah, no
Yeah.
kidding.
World War II. We did a Pearl Harbor.
We did
Mhm.
Pearl
We did
Harbor.
a Pearl Harbor. Did we do
Leathers from Iwo Jima, I think, was one for that
Did-
too.
No,
Midway.
we did Midway. It was Midway, Pearl Harbor, the Michael Bay, and then Tora Tora.
Oh, that's
Are
right.
the 3 that we watched for that.
Maybe I just watched Leathers of Iwo
I
Jima
think
on my
you
own.
watched Letters of Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
Because you brought it up. I remember you bringing it up.
Mhm.
We did. Did we do the Pacific? The Pacific would have been a good one, or like Band. Well,
We did Band of
We did
Brothers.
kind of a Band of Brothers, like weird.
Yeah.
We had like a weird war movie talk, which I was on.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
Because
back
I think we had
there.
you watch.
I mean, watch something. It was.
I think you watched Pearl Harbor.
No, I watched Pearl Harbor and then I watched
Yes,
something else.
You watched.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Yeah,
It was Lone Survivor.
that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it
Oh,
was.
that's
yeah.
right.
You did not like it.
I thought it was
And
stupid.
me and James were like, "All right, this is where we."
Yeah, you're.
This is where I got
You up.
corroded. Yeah, I'm actually a clone. They killed the original.
Yeah. What else did we watch? I feel like we're missing like 100, but we just.
Well, I mean,
yeah,
we've
of
been talking-
course.
We've been talking for like 5 minutes about them.
That's how it be.
Don't
Okay,
stress
let's
yourself
go
too much.
backwards now. So we did The Substance. We did Honora. We did
Amelia Perez.
Amelia Perez.
Ugh.
Rough 3 weeks.
Yeah, if you guys wondering why we wanted to end it, there's your answer.
What did we do before that?
We did Cinderella.
We did Cinderella.
Yeah, we did the Disney's or
We
the
The
did-
old nostalgia.
We've
all
done
nostalgia
like
movies,
the
yeah.
holiday movies.
Mhm.
Yeah. We did Rush Hour.
We did
the
Red
Horror
One.
movies.
We did Red One.
We
we
that
watched
was
all the
good.
Halloween movies.
Yeah.
Episode. Yeah.
We watched We did watch Halloween. Holy crap! Damn, we watched a lot of movies.
Almost like you watched
I was
140
thinking about
plus.
today, where I was like, a lot of these movies I never would
But a
have
lot of
watched
the
on my own.
episodes were like me and like, especially in the beginning, because me and James didn't really have like committed
structure,
jobs.
yeah.
We
Mhm.
would actually like watch like 4 movies to prepare for one episode.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I think about that now. I'm like, man, I've seen every Halloween movie.
yeah, yeah.
What do I do with that
Yeah,
knowledge?
I've seen every Halloween. I've seen every Batman. I've seen every PTA. Every Denis Villeneuve. I've seen every Christopher
Yeah.
Nolan. I've seen every. Who else? There's one more director I'm missing. Fincher.
Yeah, Fincher.
We've seen
Because we did Mank. That was his new movie that he was coming
yeah,
out with.
We did all of his. We did.
Oh, and then he did The Killer.
Yeah, we watched The Killer. We watched. There's another movie around that time. Because remember that month was like peak.
Mm.
Because it was Dune 2, Mank, or The Killer, and then was it Killers of the Flower Moon that we had seen?
Mhm.
It was like a peak. That was like the
Mhm.
greatest 2.5 months for me. Trying to think. We talked about some Oscars. You talked about 2013. I talked about 2019.
That's
We
right.
both watched like 5 movies from each of those years. Trying to think of more stuff we've done with Claire.
I mean, like Godfathers.
The
We talked
All the
Godfathers,
Godfathers, yeah.
Chinatown,
Heat.
Heat.
Um,
What's the best movie we've shown you? What's your favorite?
Like,
movie that we've
legitimately,
shown
what
you?
movie do you enjoy the most that we've
Yeah.
showed you?
I'd probably say probably like the absolute peakest that you guys showed me. Not like that because like Godzilla -1 would probably be like
Yeah.
tippity tip top.
Yeah.
But you didn't show that to me. That wasn't educated.
Yeah, we went to go watch it all together. Or me and you. did.
Yeah, I think probably, and I'm a gross film bro when I say this, but it was definitely The Godfather.
It's a good movie.
They're good for a reason.
I think that is, as much as I hate it because it's like
It's
cliche
the
answer?
cliche
Yeah.
answer.
but
Yeah.
like that's what I was like. Shh, I mean, you guys are onto something here.
It's a damn good movie.
It's a damn good
Both.
movie.
Yeah.
I could talk about the second one for hours.
Yeah.
The way you could talk about the stopping you said,
Yeah.
I could talk about the second one for
You
hours.
you become the Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we could glare daggers at James for talking about the third one.
The fact that after that podcast went up and I called my dad and he was like, "You're still my son. Don't worry."
That was funny. That was funny.
Words of affirmation I don't want to hear from my dad.
I'm trying to think. How many more? What else have we done?
I mean, you're still missing like
You're
probably
still
like
missing
50
like
or
100.
60 episodes, my guy. Like it's-
Alien.
Aliens.
All the
We
aliens.
did Alien. We didn't do Aliens. We
Oh,
did.
We
Did you
didn't
guys just
talk about it.
Alien in general.
No, because we did we did Alien 3.
We did Alien 3 when we did
for-
Fincher.
For Fincher.
We've
Mhm.
talked about Alien 2 because we've done James Cameron a handful of times. We
Yes.
did Avatar. We
Talk-
rewatched it
We
for
watched.
Way of
We
Water.
did both
I
Avatars.
just need to go watch Way of the Water.
It's okay.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
The third one's coming out.
That's what I'm saying. Like I haven't even watched it. We
Mhm.
got air, water, and fire. I'm waiting for episode 4.
Oh, there's a
Free
bunch
Earth.
of animated stuff.
Oh yeah, lots of animated movies.
We did.
Spider-Verse.
I think we did like 2 on
Spider-Verse,
generic animated movies.
You watched
then-
The Spirited Away and had
I
a
did watch
spiritual
Spirited
awakening.
Away, and I had a spirited. I got spirited away.
Boy and the Heron. Did we do an episode?
Yeah,
for
Oh,
that?
yeah, we did Boy and the Heron.
We did.
Because we,
We were supposed to do a Miyazaki pod,
Yeah.
and then that never came to fruition,
Mhm.
just because we didn't have time.
I kind of wish we covered more like mid-tier movies. We talked a lot of like really good movies. We talked a lot of really crap movies, and then just stuff that was coming out. But like a Pacific Rim pod would have been fun.
Transformers.
You know,
Transformers,
something like
yeah.
that. We're
We did
just like
Transformers.
like these movies aren't good, but like here's
I think
like
Transformers is when I broke James
yeah.
out
just
of
like-
the like highbrow art film
Mhm.
because I was so scared he was gonna trash it, and then he was like, "I liked it." I was
Yeah.
like, "Fuck, thank you."
I think that would have been a lot of fun.
I mean, there's a lot of movies like that, like Transformers, Pacific Rim. We
Yeah.
never did the Fast and Furious movies either.
well, that's
Um,
for a reason.
We didn't have to do all of them.
No, that's just-
You could stop watching after 5.
Maybe
Yeah.
only the first
Maybe
handful.
6.
Yeah.
We did
Yeah.
Saw.
yeah,
Yeah, that's another
that
franchise
was.
where
I
it's
never
like
would have watched Saw if it wasn't for this.
The Exorcist.
The Conjuring,
Same. They'll add those. Conjuring.
We're coming back next.
I still have.
Insidious.
Thank God I'm
We're
moving.
coming back in October, baby.
Thank God I'm
No,
moving.
we record the Insidious podcast now, and then we release it in October.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you won't be here.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
We
never
We'll
did.
just go to Arizona.
Yeah, we'll chase you.
I was gonna say,
Go
yeah, both,
find
you
you.
both have ties there.
We never did the Friday Night Lights, speaking of TV shows. But that's also a TV show.
Yeah,
Lots
you
of
guys
seasons
talked
for
about
that.
maybe chunking that.
TV's a little harder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we talked about Breaking Bad.
We did talk about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You guys did convince me to finally finish Breaking Bad.
You watched the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing
Yeah.
again.
We bullied you into submission.
We've talked about Attack on Titan
Did we?
It's true.
a handful of times.
We talked about Attack on Titan a little
Yeah.
bit
A little bit.
because like we talked about some anime here and there, some anime.
I like Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, yeah, it's good up until it isn't.
When isn't it good?
After season 1.
Pretty much.
God.
You jest, but they had an idea. They did the idea, and then they had to keep writing it because people like the idea.
The opening theme song still slaps, though,
Oh, obviously,
of every season,
Yeah.
honestly.
the video games were good.
Video games?
Yeah, like
a lot of video games?
No, I meant the Flash games for like Attack on Titan. Where you,
Oh.
There's actual PlayStation games.
yeah, those aren't good.
That's
The,
crazy.
the Flash
I've never
fan made
played 'em.
games are really good. Highly recommend.
Did we do a video game pod?
We did talk
Like
about video games
on
before.
video games
Yeah.
in general. We did adaptations.
Yeah,
We've
we did
done a lot of
adaptations.
We
adaptations.
did both
Great
books
podcast.
and games.
The book adaptation podcast is probably one of my favorites that we've done.
Mhm.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah, that was
God,
you guys.
that was
That
a
was
film.
fun. That was fun.
I
That
didn't
was
see
a
it.
film.
I had fun with that movie.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's a good movie. You know what? I'll admit it. I enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I enjoy
Yeah.
Freddy's.
Also, just
I
you know,
enjoy an extremely popular IP.
Well, I mean, because it's extremely popular because
Hot
it's bad.
take.
But like,
It's also children.
it's it's like saying like I like Skibbity Toilet.
Me
Like,
and
just
Sarah went
stop.
to a bookstore. I think where did we go?
For the
oh,
first
I
time?
think it was. Oh no, it was with y'all, right? It was with you when we saw all that Five Nights at Freddy stuff.
Oh yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
yeah.
2 whole bookshelves at Barnes
Yeah.
and Noble full of Five Nights at Freddy lore.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Jesus.
this is a game you play for like 20 minutes. Why
Yeah,
does
I
this
was
have
like-
so much?
I was like, what lore? It's
Yeah.
just
Just whatever shit Matt
that
Pat
is the
created.
greatest psyop to ever exist. Is that Matt Pat created a franchise because some dude
More
threw
furniture
random
for less,
assets.
laundering money.
Yeah.
5 Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
yeah.
The fact that it's gone on this long and this dude just gets away with it because people are like, but the theories. Shut up.
Is there anything you wish we would have done?
I mean, clearly I wanted to talk about Five Nights more, but like, I don't know, cause like it's a movie pod. So like I wasn't super versed on movies, but I would try to bring up stuff that I did know, like games and shit. But like James doesn't know about that, so like it kind of became a you and me thing, or like when we talked about books, it was like a you and me thing.
I mean, is there like either a video game or an anime at the very least?
Yeah, like we
Which
talked about a
is-
few things, but
Yeah.
like, you know,
And then you guys start talking about anime. It kind of turns into me making fun of y'all.
yeah. There's small things. Nothing I can really think of off the top of my head. There's plenty of stuff that like if you put me down or like talk about this, I could go.
Yeah, the thing is that I can think of stuff that we've talked about just because it's stuff that we talk about anyway.
Yeah.
Where I'm like,
Sure.
we never did a podcast on Death Note, but we've all talked about Death Note
Yeah.
before.
I mean, like if you sat me down and like, all right, cool, we're gonna crank your little wheel on your back of you and talk about Warhammer, and I'd be like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna talk Warhammer for like 2 hours,
Yeah.
never shut up. You know, but like we talked about D&D with the D&D movie, and like that was fun. I get
D&D
to-
movie.
get
That
to
was a good
flex my
movie.
knowledge
Check
there.
that one off.
That was when we did watch it. Take a shot if you're playing that game.
Terrence Malick.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything that I was like, oh man, I wish we talked about this. I think it's just like, I don't really have regrets. That's really I think. You know, I
Yeah.
feel like we had a good time. We're all
Yeah.
in different places in life. It's becoming harder to maintain this, and maybe someday we'll come back. Maybe it's a hit pause.
So we rent a house.
Streamer house. It has to be really expensive mansion.
So here's the
in
thing:
LA.
we all go in our separate things. You do Warhammer, you do books, I do games and golf, and then when we collab,
Yeah.
we come back.
And we'll call it online movie.
Yeah, we'll all get our own followings, and then we'll just
Yeah.
join forces.
Yeah.
Again. For the first time.
Yeah.
Again.
And then like one of us like sexually harass somebody, and we
Hold
whole
up.
thing.
Pause.
Hold up.
I'm making this allegory too.
Pausing on that one.
I feel like this has happened before.
It's an offline TV joke.
Oh, okay. Rip.
All right. Well,
Thanks for coming, everybody.
thank you guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Great fan base.
Oh, 56 of y'all.
My sister.
Yeah, I was just saying, Bridget.
56 that have consistently viewed our videos.
Yeah.
Don't think you haven't been seen.
We appreciate each and every one of you.
We read your comments.
We do, unironically. I always check every video.
I comment on every single one
Yeah, I leave
as
comments.
as the admin.
Oh, I leave comments on my own personal YouTube account.
I'm starting to notice that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll keep this up.
Yeah, I mean,
keep
we're not gonna-
We're not going to
we'll
delete
keep
any
the
of the
channel
videos.
up as a
Yeah.
good little time vault. Who knows? Maybe you'll see us in the future
Yeah,
Ooh.
maybe.
10-year reunion?
when Dune 3 comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. No kidding. When Spider-Verse Part 3 finally comes out.
Yeah. That one
Francis
review.
Ford Coppola is like, Godfather Part 4. Make it happen.
Metropolis 2.
Yeah, he's so broke. He's so broke. He
We
has
just
to-
have like shaky camera, like guys. Yeah.
Anyways,
Bye, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Follow us on Instagram. Hitplay.pod.
We post clips.